Hello. Welcome to Tutors of Life podcast, where we research life so you don't have to. Episode 394. This is your host, Shaun Tutor.
And this is Sam. And this is a talk episode where the tutors talk. What's up?
What's up?
It's a day.
What kind of day?
Good day.
Okay.
I didn't get to work as much as I wanted, but, you know.
It's because you went garage sailing.
I know. Worth it.
Yeah. I tweaked my shoulder and pec Tuesday at jiu-jitsu, and
How's that going?
it hurts a lot.
Yeah.
And I had on the docket squats for today, but I can't get my arm up where the bar is.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to do a rest day, and then hopefully I'm feeling better and I can squat Saturday or Sunday. We'll see if either of that works out. But yeah, I'm also not going to be getting to benching this week.
Nope.
Probably next week either.
Yeah.
Good chance the following week as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all pretty lame.
Dude, the shitty thing, too, is, like, you really can't give it a rest with your 50-day push-up challenge.
So I do 50 push-ups a day. I've been doing it for like 150 days.
I don't think it's been that long, has it? Since before Thanksgiving.
Sounds like 150 days to me, dude. Before Thanksgiving, so you got all December, January, February, March, April. 5 times 30, about 150.
Yeah, I guess.
Anyways, yeah, it's not getting a rest.
Nope.
So maybe I'll go get a massage.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Blowing some TB 500 into it. Hopefully that helps. There's a lot of other shit I could take, but I'm just not sure.
Yeah.
So that's cool. That's cool. But so this morning I just got up and started working right away. I forgot how much shit you get done.
I know.
I'm telling you, it's fucking 2x.
What do you like to do more then?
Work in the morning, by far, not even comparable. You get so much more done.
Right. But you also say if you don't get up and go do stuff, you're not as productive.
And I know, but if I get up and work, it's doing something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you would rather work right away in the morning instead of work out?
100%.
Okay.
Way more productive. The only issue is then it's like what? I'm MIA every single night.
MIA every single night?
Missing in action.
Why?
Because every single night I'd be training then.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it'd be easier for me and Lily to come with you to train in the afternoons than it is in the morning.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That
So
makes
then,
sense.
I mean, we're MIA from home. Big deal.
Sure. That's true.
But yeah, I mean, all of us can go work out in the afternoons together.
I think I'd still have to keep jiu-jitsu Tuesday and Friday morning.
Yeah.
So that sucks.
Yeah, but oh well.
Unless we were gone every night. Unless I did jiu-jitsu Monday and Wednesday night. Monday, Wednesday, Friday night. Or Monday and Friday night.
Yeah, but I think your morning boys might kill you.
The morning boys would be pissed. I love the morning crew. The morning crew's the best, dude.
Yeah.
I love them. Yeah, maybe I just like training in the afternoons. Well, I just I just prefer working in the morning is what I do.
Yeah.
I prefer working in the. It's just, dude, it's like a fucking cheat code.
Yeah.
No one bothers me.
Yeah.
So from 5:30 until 8, I don't get bothered.
Yeah.
I'm seriously 2 to 3, maybe 4x more productive.
Yeah.
I can get more done in 2.5 hours in the morning. Well, you figure there's a 30 minutes of having some tea, coffee, taking a freaking deuce, maybe warming up a little food, right? So, I mean,
yeah.
But if I fasted and I just did tea and fasted,
That's true, yeah.
So it's over 2 hours of not being interrupted, and just it's essentially me sitting in the office for 4 to 6 hours. I get it done in the morning before 8 a.m.
That's impressive.
It's fucking cheating, dude. So Yeah. I'm thinking of. I talk about it back and forth all the time, but
I wish you would wake me up in the morning. Well, not wake me up. I wish you would make sure I like stay awake. It's just so hard because sometimes like she wakes me up at 4, and then I would only just get like an hour nap, and that would really fuck me.
yeah, that wouldn't work well.
Yeah, never mind.
Yep. That's why I don't, because not only should you get more sleep because you're breastfeeding, you should get more sleep because you're a woman.
Yeah.
And women need more sleep than men.
Yeah. And I usually fall asleep after you too because she's eating.
Yeah, so when I'm ripping like 7 hours of sleep, 7 to 7.5 hours of sleep, you'd be ripping like 6.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, you're not going to operate too well off of that.
No.
Yep. So we're just going to keep it where you sleep, and then you get up, and then you just need to, the big thing is when she feeds in the morning after you get up, that's when you have to be your most productive.
Yeah.
That like 1.5 to 2 hour span, you got to get your shit done.
Yeah. That's very true.
Yeah, you can't like no phone, like that's my biggest thing. So I used to get up early and work. And my biggest thing is I would turn off the alarm on my phone and my phone would not come off the charger. Mm-hmm. I would either hit a quick cold shower or I'd start working right away. And I would not touch my phone unless I needed like some information on it or something, right? Or whatever.
Yeah.
But I would not touch that all morning. And my productivity was cranked.
Yeah.
As soon as you start fucking around on the thing in the morning, it's over. RIP. So, I mean, that's the big thing is like you'd have to get up. Don't go on your phone.
Yeah.
Bum.
Yeah. Just rip her.
Just rip.
Fun.
Sure. So, yeah, I forget like the amount of shit
you can get done.
Dude, it's fucking stupid. Mm-hmm. So stupid, dude. And honestly, by like getting up and being so productive in the morning, that's a part of the reason I hate hourly work is like
you can get that done in 3 hours versus 8 hours of a regular day.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It just it's not even similar.
Yeah.
And if I get because I used to get up at 5, if I like even backed it up so I started getting up at 5 and got 3 hours uninterrupted, dude, it just compounds the amount of shit I'm getting done.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's nice. And then I would just have our office for looks and the gym, and that's all right. So, yeah, that's that.
I saw one of those like TV. No, I think they called it like a bedside tray or whatever, like the lap trays you can get or whatever.
Yeah.
I saw one of those at Aldi today, and I was just like, maybe I should get one of those. Cause then like when she falls asleep on me, I can just plop the tray in my lap or above my lap. Yeah.
And then she flinches and wakes up and smokes her dome.
I would have it like above my knees more, because then I could.
Huh? It's an option.
That is an option.
Yeah, so that's cool. That was fun to do.
That's good.
And so because I did that this morning, it was around 11:15. I think I wrapped up with like my morning shit. So then I came home, went garage sailing with you for an hour.
Yeah.
Went garage sailing and had my lunch for an hour, and then I went up to the office and kept working for the day.
Yeah.
So
it was nice. And then you got 8+ hours.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, so it's super cool. It's just funny, like today I was pretty busy, got a good amount of shit done, but like a lot of the shit I was getting done was just like phone calls. So if I didn't get up and do that work I wanted to do this morning,
you wouldn't have gotten it done?
It wouldn't have got done.
Dang.
Because all day long was just like phone calls and random shit, right? And so I was like, dude, had I not gotten up and done that, none of that would have gotten done.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yep.
You went garage sailing today. That was fun.
It was fun.
It makes me think and I've thought this thought before. Do a lot of people not work?
Yo. Dude, right?
Because, like, and looking, so, like, we live in the airport neighborhood.
Yeah.
And so there's an airport neighborhood association. And so every year they have a garage sale weekend. I saw the sign today for it because they have it up at the school. The 24th and 25th. So today and tomorrow. Thursday and Friday. And a lot of the people that I see posting about it, 8 to 5. Today and tomorrow. Some, very few, I saw are going to be open 8 to 1 on Saturday.
Wow.
I'm like, what about all the working moms that work 8 to 4 or 8 to 3:30?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm. But I remember when we had our garage sale, we did Friday and Saturday, and we had more people come Friday than we did Saturday.
Oh, big time.
And we were like, what the fuck?
We had, we almost were like, why are we open on Saturday?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was dead.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. You're right.
But I'm like, it just weirds me out because wouldn't you think the people that work would go out on Saturday to garage sale? I remember going garage sale. No, did we do it Friday, Saturday, Sunday? And Sunday was really dead?
Yes.
But Friday was the busiest.
Friday was the busiest.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
There we go. Yeah, Sunday was dead. That's right.
Yeah, Sunday's not worth being open on.
But yeah, it just like blows my mind. And we saw quite a few people out garage sailing today.
Oh yeah, a lot of older folk though.
A lot. The ones I went to after you left, because it was more kid stuff. A lot more younger people.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to get back to work, but it was fun to be able to be like, oh yeah, I already got the shit I need to get done. So I'm in a garage sale.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got some books, some movies, some stuff for baby.
Got some good fucking movies, dude.
For any of you that have kids, I do not know why anybody would buy anything brand new.
Yeah.
And I was actually like, even some of the places I was looking at closed like for wintertime next year. So like I was like 12 to 18 months or whatever, because like everywhere it was like 25 to 50 cents for a onesie.
It's fucked up.
I'm just like, people spend fucking $10 on like a 3-piece outfit.
Dude, we got 3 sleep sacks for 75 cents in total.
And they're usually $15 a piece. $15 to $20 a piece.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, bonkers, dude. And you want to know what, dude? You throw it in the washing machine and you wash it, and then it don't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking we could do with a couple of them?
What?
We could tear the sleeves off.
Yeah.
So we got the sleeveless ones. And then you just sew it so that it like has a little like seam, you know? So it's not like frayed or nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Then you got like those sleep sacks.
Yeah.
It's just an idea.
That's not a bad idea.
I don't know.
Her hands get really cold though, so
They
I
do.
think probably the sleeves are good.
Yeah. Sure.
Anyways. But yeah, it was great. It was a great day.
That's
Honestly,
good.
I think in total we spent $20.
Yeah, it wasn't much.
No.
Was not much.
Nope.
And we got the shit we need to get.
Mm-hmm.
And some movies.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah. So we did that.
Yeah.
Let's go coffee this week. That was fun.
Wisco Coffee was fun. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. I felt like we talked not a whole lot of real estate.
It seemed that way.
Mm-hmm.
It did seem that way. Huh. Yeah. What else we got going on, dude? Putting in some offers on some flips.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Easter was this weekend.
Easter. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was fun. Did we talk about that on Mondays? No, we didn't because we recorded that before Easter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had Easter this weekend, so we went up to Ashland. Lily did pretty good in the car for the 3-hour drive, which was nice.
Yeah, she did.
hung out with Sean's family. They all got to meet baby Lily. They loved her.
Mm-hmm.
I think I held my own child for a maximum of 2 hours this weekend.
That's not true, but I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. True, I do have to feed her, so okay.
Right. I probably held her for a max 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's probably more realistic.
Very.
Yep. Which is cool.
Yeah, it was good. She did very well. Very, very well. We got to do a little Easter egg hunting. Sean failed miserably.
I didn't do well.
No.
I didn't do well. They stumped me.
They did.
Yep. They stumped me. So.
Mm-hmm. You did win $20, though.
I did.
I only won $5.
That's true. Yeah, that was good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude. I'm a little sleepy.
I can tell.
All that caffeine I had didn't ramp me up enough.
It's just, are you crashing now from all of that? Probably.
Yeah, I am.
7:30, yeah.
I'm crashing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I drank too much coffee today, so I'm on a downward slope. Yeah. I'm just trying to think. There's not much up in this brain.
Going on?
Right.
Dude, I don't know what it is, but my brain today was just not functioning. And I didn't have an extra amount of caffeine. I didn't eat anything weird. But today my mind was just mush. I didn't scroll a lot today, so I don't know what's going on.
I didn't scroll a crazy amount either.
I will say, though. Nope, gone. The thought was gone.
So yeah, I went and looked at a flip today. The price point probably would have been okay. There's two big issues.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, it was paneling, and behind the paneling was plaster. And the paneling was starting to bubble. So I was like, you're going to have to address that paneling.
Mm-hmm.
And when you start addressing the paneling, a lot of that plaster is going to fall. Because when they stick that paneling up, they typically nailed it. And so that just cracks all the little like plaster. So then as you pull it off, it just falls. So the walls, I was like, fuck, that sucks.
Then our drywall guys don't do over plaster.
No. And then the next thing is, it had a terrible layout.
Yeah.
You had to walk through a bedroom to get to the like living room and other bedroom. Is my assumption of what that room is. Otherwise, I don't know what that room was for. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, unless it was to be like a dining room. Oh.
It couldn't have been.
Interesting.
It wouldn't have made sense. It wouldn't have made sense.
Yeah.
It was just a poor layout, and so I decided not even to put an offer in it. Because it's like...
Remember the very first house that we were considering buying? Your coworker from Cliff Industrial owned it or lived there?
Yeah. Chad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah, where like the layout, it was just like you're not fixing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was the one thing we're looking at, and it's just like, sure we could try to get it cheap. I just foresee if we were to try to keep it to rent or to sell, it's just going to be hard to because the layout's so poor. There's so much dead space that people are going to be like, yeah, I'm not interested. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And so for the sake of like, because it has a big scope of work, for the sake of putting 50, 60 grand into something, I would hate to do that and then not see anything out of it because the layout's trash.
Yeah.
So, and I could have lowballed, but they already had offers, so like my lowball would have done nothing.
Yeah.
So I don't know how some people would make it work. I think what it is they're probably not like, they probably haven't done as many deals as I've done. So they're not thinking about that stuff. You know? Someone putting, maybe they've done one or two flips and they're like, oh, this is awesome. It's cheap and whatever. But it's like, you got to think about that shit. You got to think about your layout. Your walls are fucked. Like, what's your plan to do that? Yeah. I look at that stuff
Yeah, because,
now.
Like, there was one that had a shitty layout, and we were thinking of reversing the staircase
Right.
So then you could make it a 3-bedroom.
Right.
Keep it a 3-bedroom instead of making it a 2-bedroom.
Yeah.
And
how it worked.
that would have worked. Because that, that we had to budget it out, that it was going to fit in the budget to do that. But then we ended up being too low. We lost.
We lost it.
But the cool thing is we did know the people that got it, and they just kept the staircase where it was and just made it a 2-bedroom. So they just put in a door. But yeah, I mean, when you can fix it with something that like you can do in the budget, it's great. But yeah, when it's something you can't really.
Yeah, I didn't know how we would.
It's curious to think, like, how did a house get built like that? Like, when did that happen? Where, like, who thought that was a good idea?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's just, it's interesting to think about how that got built that way.
I ask myself that a lot of times when I'm looking at houses. I'm like, why did they do this?
Mm-hmm.
Who decided this was a good idea?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it don't flow at all.
No.
Something we did realize this weekend, though, hanging out at Paul and Amanda's house, my aunt and uncle, was how nice an open layout is.
Yep.
How nice an open layout is.
Yep. Even, like, this is one thing we discussed. Like, it's a very slight difference, but it makes a huge difference between here and Robin Road. Because we still had an alley kitchen, but it was much more open to the dining room and living room.
Yep.
So, like, one of our issues we've been, like, kind of realizing is we can't really, like, we can't have a conversation if one person's in the kitchen, the other person's in the living room. Because it's just a doorway. It's not a bit, like, an open wall. So, it was just so cool, like, hanging out with Paul and Amanda's, because, like, you can do dishes but still have a conversation. Like, you can be prepping food and watch the baby in the living room. Like, you can just see and talk to people everywhere and anywhere.
Right.
At all times. And, like, our house is close, but you can't.
Yeah, our house is a lot smaller, a lot closer, but it's closed off.
So yeah, that's kind of like, we realized that this weekend when we're just like, man, that sucks. Because, like, our kitchen's been just getting so messy lately. But it's because we, like, both want to hang out with the baby. Or, like, if I'm feeding, Shaun wants to talk to me, but he can't do dishes while talking to me while I'm feeding.
Right.
So it's just a lot of, like, shitty things like that.
Yep. Dude, even, like, if the house it could be this size, but just be open and it'd be all right. But.
And that makes me realize, too, that house that you wanted from Kyle, still wouldn't have been able to do it there.
I don't want to talk about it, all right? It still would have been all right.
It would have been the exact same. There was a wall and a staircase between the kitchen and the living room.
However, the dining room, you could have sat in the dining room.
Yeah, but we couldn't have baby play on the floor, and you couldn't watch her from the kitchen.
Well, that's true. But still. We're not even talking about that house. Why'd you bring that house up?
Because you always bring that house up.
It would have been great.
No, it would have been the same thing. I still couldn't have done dishes and watched my kid on the floor.
That's fine. It still would have been better. It would have been better, but it wouldn't have been great.
Yeah.
You can't admit it wouldn't have been a little bit better.
Nah, I would have had to go downstairs to bathe my child.
Oh, my fucking gosh. Moving on. Thank you, Mimi. That's exactly how I feel about it, too.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, so it'd be cool to get a different place.
Eventually. We'll do it.
Yep. In the meantime, we'll just pour more money into this fucking thing. Just takes our money.
I feel like we haven't put that much money into it, but Shaun says we have.
Into this house?
Yeah.
What do you consider not a lot, babe?
I don't know. I didn't look at the budget for this
We're
house.
over 70 out of our pocket. And we got another 15 to go.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money if you ask me.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. All right. Just making sure. All right.
I mean, we'll get that money out of it at least.
Well, we'll get the money out plus some.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things where it's like the longer you stay, the more things to go wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We already have to redo half the drywall.
Yeah.
Because it's just like settling, staying, just...
I was wondering today, could part of our house be sinking?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure. All I know is that... Well, no, what I think it is, I think that like whoever had it before just did a bad job drywalling. I don't think they packed mud behind the seams.
So, okay, so that would make sense, like, why it's everywhere.
It's everywhere. So whoever drywalled the house just did a poor job.
Damn.
So we need to re-seam half the fucking house.
Yeah.
Which re-seaming half the house means mud, tape, texture, prime, paint.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that would be cool.
So you're telling me we should look for a house sooner rather than later?
I've been saying this for a while.
Well, we had the kid now, so at least I'm not 9 months pregnant and moving, so.
That's true. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
We got to get a pavilion built.
Mm-hmm.
We got to figure out who can move a Conex box now that one's over there.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, guys, this is first world problems.
Yeah, really is.
First world problems. So, Lily sounds pretty happy.
Yeah, she does.
I think she's hungry. I think she's just being Lily.
I don't know.
Nice.
She ate at like, what, 6?
Yeah, she should be fine.
Yeah.
What else we got? We established that we put too much money into this house and that we shouldn't look at moving.
Shouldn't?
Should
yeah.
look at moving.
Uh-huh.
What else?
We did something else this week that I wanted to talk about, and I don't remember what it was.
You know what I've noticed about myself over the years?
What's that?
You know how some people are like mechanically inclined?
Yeah.
Like some people are really good at fixing things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And some people are really good at like understanding how things work and then being able to like fix it.
Yeah.
I would say Kyle is that type of dude.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, just understands, like can look at something, understand how it works and fix it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So there's your like mechanical inclined people. Then you have the people who are like analytical.
Yeah.
Who can like analyze things, usually are good with numbers or like policies, writing in general.
Yeah.
Right? So you got people like that. And then you've got people who can think and solve problems through thinking.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They can like plan stuff, figure stuff out, schedule stuff, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's like 3 different types of people who can problem solve.
Yeah, yeah.
A mechanical, an analytical, and like
A thinker?
a thinker. Just like a thinker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I've noticed over the years, I am definitely a thinker, then analytical, then mechanical.
Yep.
I've figured that out.
Good for you.
Sure. Because like our freeze dryer was broken, and I've been asking you for 3 months to fix it because I'm actually retarded. And Sam's like, nope, fuck you. Then today she's like, we need to fix the freeze dryer. I'm like, no shit. And then she fixes it. It's like this could have happened 3 months ago.
We don't know if I fixed it.
That's true. We're going to find out shortly. But yeah, it's shit like that where it's like you can solve it easy, you know? And then same thing with Kyle's. I'll be like, hey, this and this and this is fucked up. And he can solve it like easy for like.
I've always really liked taking things apart and then putting them back together.
Kyle too, and I actually cannot stand doing that shit.
Yeah, you like to take stuff apart and then just leave it.
Yeah, I'm like, this is fucking stupid. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I've always just had a fascination of like fixing things like that. So yeah, taking it apart, tinkering with it, putting it back together.
Mm-hmm.
Probably why I like Lego so much.
That makes sense.
But I will say my one downfall is usually I like to do it only like twice. And if like the second fix doesn't fix it, then, and like, this is like if I have to like, here's a great example. Oh, the typewriter's gone now. I forgot I brought it to the office. So the typewriter Lego set. I finished it, but some of the keys like didn't work well or like didn't respond like I was supposed to, because you're supposed to push a key and then like one of the levers comes up, you know, like a typewriter. But some of them weren't like doing it as well as others. And so I took it all apart. All like probably honestly 3/4 of it had to be taken apart. Redid that whole like section with the keys and the levers, because I was just like, maybe I just built it wrong. We'll just take it slow, redo it. It was the exact same outcome. And then I was like, nope, this is just how it's going to be. So I can only do it a couple of times before I'm like, nope, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my one downfall.
That is, yep. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That's neat. I think playing into people's strengths probably helps.
So would you say I'm more analytical or mechanical?
I would say you're analytical, mechanical thinker.
Yeah.
Is that accurate or no?
Oh, yeah. I would think so.
Okay.
And then Kyle's mechanical first.
Mechanical, analytical thinker. Probably.
Yeah.
Mechanical thinker, analytical.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. Most likely. Yep, most likely. Yeah.
Our roles really define us.
Yeah. Definitely. So anyways, I just thought it was neat, like, because it just goes into like playing into people's strengths. So I'm not out here trying to fucking, I do things, like I do mechanical things here and there, and I do analytical things here and there for fun, but like I'm not trying to invent the wheel, you know, reinvent the wheel. I'm not trying to like, yeah, I'm just not doing shit that plays into my weaknesses. I guess an example of that is like, I will gladly go do some construction or some maintenance shit, but it's rare that I am doing it without knowing how to do it or have someone that's able to help me that knows how to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's been times when I've done it, like Kyle and I have rebuilt like an exterior wall years ago without knowing how to do it. But most of the time, but I suppose I had Kyle with me, so it helped. But most of the time, I don't dig into something I can't get myself out of, unless I got someone with me who's willing to do, like, help.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You got more for today?
Nah, it's fine.
No, we can keep going.
No, I just like thinking is all I got.
Yeah.
Thinking's good.
You are a really good thinker.
Mm-hmm.
I have not met many people that can think up plans and like strategic orders of like how things should go like you. Not everyone can do that.
Nah, a lot of people can't.
Yeah.
That's
But Sean's like very methodical of like, I'm going to go do this and then this and then this and then this and then this, because it is going to be the most efficient, and like I'm already going to be here, so I might as well do this while I'm here. And like, it's wild.
yes.
Because I couldn't tell you how many times where like I'm just going Christmas shopping and I go pink, like, and then I like sometimes have to go back to previous places because I forgot.
I rarely ever have to go back.
It's impressive.
Yeah. And that is my strong suit though.
It is.
Okay, what do we got?
One for Harry, said Slughorn, dividing a second bottle between two mugs, and one for me. Well, he raised his mug high. To Aragog. Aragog, said Harry and Hagrid together.
Say that again.
One for Harry, said Slughorn, dividing a second bottle between 2 mugs, and one for me. Well, he raised his mug high, to Aragog. Aragog, said Harry and Hagrid together.
Fresh Blood Prince. Number 6.
Fresh Blood Prince?
What is Half-Blood Prince? Fresh Blood Prince.
I think it was Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
Yes.
Half-Blood Prince. And Aragog. Aragog. That is going to be chapter 22.
Name the chapter.
Aragog?
No.
Was that right?
Chapter 22?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, dude.
After the burial. You've gone that twice. I've not gone one. You're going to want to flip to a random month.
Where is that? After the burial?
420.
Oh,
You've gone it twice
fucking
now.
Genius, dude.
You've gone it twice now.
I'm built for this, dude.
Yeah, sure you are.
All right. That one.
What is that?
It's the greenhouse.
That's a cool picture, though.
It's a cool picture. Here we go. Buboters.
Bobattens?
Bobatters?
What?
Bobatters.
Bobatters.
Boob.
Spell it.
Bubotubers. Bubotubers.
Okay, continue.
Professor Sprout told them briskly, "They need squeezing. You will collect the pus." "The what?" said Seamus Finnegan, sounding revolted. "Pus, Finnegan, pus," said Professor Sprout, "and it's extremely valuable, so don't waste it."
Why do I not remember this at all?
Bubotubers.
I have no... Prisoners of Azkaban?
You are high, bro. This is obvious.
What? Sorcerer's Stone?
Goblet of Fire?
Why do I not remember this at all?
I don't know, babe.
All right, do a different one.
All right.
What chapter was it?
13, Mad-Eye Moody.
I do not remember that at all. Man, I gotta reread the series.
3 times a week they went out to the greenhouses behind the castle to study herbology with a dumpy little witch called Professor Sprout, where they learned how to take care of all strange plants and fungi and found out what they were used for.
Obviously, Sorcerer's Stone.
Okay.
Chapter 12?
No.
Damn.
Chapter 8.
Damn.
It's not what you'd think it'd be.
Flying lessons.
The Potions Master. That was a good guess, though.
Damn. Well, I'm a failure. You're a winner.
You're not a failure. You're just not as good as me. All right, gang. Thanks for tuning in.
See ya.